Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing what personal power are you stepping into? To do this very interesting and, in my opinion, very important reading, we will be shuffling 3 piles together. So we see 1, 2, and I think this is our 3rd. I believe this reading is very important because it allows us to see the trajectory of where our efforts towards ourselves are taking us. All right, so for pile number 1, we have butterfly. For pile number 2, we have octopus. And for pile number 3, we have scorpion. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. And so for pile number 1, we have the amethyst cluster, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 2, we have the Dalmation Jasper, and this is what it looks like. The Dalmatian Jasper point, of course. This is what it looks like. And for pile number 3, we have the white Howlite, and this is what it looks like. All right. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles or crystals you're the most drawn to, and that is probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, or perhaps you even feel drawn to all of the piles today, or just one, whatever it is, always trust your intuition, because your intuition will always guide you to the right readings, as you know. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, if you love the shuffling and the card picking process, I always leave this section especially for you, and as you may know, for me as well. I love spending this time with you guys. Oh, also, if you're interested in any of the decks that I use in any reading, actually, you'll always find that I leave their names down in the description box. On this side, we have the oracles that we will be using in this reading, and from there up until all the way to the far right, these will be the tarot cards that we will be using in this reading. All right, so now let's start the shuffling process for today's reading. And we kindly want to know, for this deck and for any deck that we will be using, what personal power are the 3 piles, please, stepping into? May we kindly know? Thank you. 1, 2, and I really feel like this one wants to come out. There we go. And 3. Okay. Now let's move on to our next oracle deck, and we will be using this one. This is in the right way. Yeah, there we go. And let's shuffle with intention. What personal power are you stepping into? There we go. 1, 2, and 3. So I remembered something that I wanted to tell you. A couple of days back, my best friend, I got into the car and he was watching a reading that I did, and I was like, oh, wow, you're watching a reading, thank you. And as he was watching, I overheard myself saying, if you, I was asking you a question, and then I asked you guys to leave it in the description box. And then I asked him, did I just say, please leave it in the description box? Whoa, 3. 1, 2, 3. And he smiled and he said, yeah, you actually did that several times. And I was like, what? And I had my hands on my forehead, not believing I did that. And then he said, oh, don't sweat it. Just be you, who you are. And I found that to be very true, you know? And I wanted to thank you for giving me the space to be who I am fully, to express myself the way I am fully. I know you probably see a lot of mistakes here and there, and you are so decent and so kind. You know what I mean, and you let it go. I wanted to thank you from my heart and tell you how much I appreciate that. I see it. I'm so lucky that I have a decent soul family like you, so mature, so kind, so loving. Really, I think I must be one of the very blessed people on YouTube, seeing all the nasty comments that sometimes people leave. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being around me. What a hit of amazing luck. And I'm also very grateful that there is this safe space for beautiful souls to exist, because you know a lot of people really need that kind of positivity. So thank you for creating that. It is not unnoticed, and please know that I too treat you like soul family every single day. You know, there are times where I'm really tired, I feel like I need a rest, and then I feel like, no, I have to get up, I have to do this reading, because you know, you get into the flow once you start. And I feel like, no, some people really depend on a reading that would spark their day, that a message that they could hear from their spirit guides or from spirit about what they need to do. I can help someone today, and I get up and I do it for this reading. So know that I do it with every piece of my heart. And to me, you are truly a soul family. You're not just any number or anything. You are always dear to me. And know that I will always be thankful for your existence, for choosing to connect with me. I'm mature enough to truly understand that, believe me. And I'm thanking you for it. Okay, I guess that was a lot of blabbering. Sorry about that. Okay. So let's move on to our next deck. As we've set the intention for this reading, we would kindly like to know, what personal power are you stepping into? Thank you. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's take our next deck. And again, shuffle with intention. I love this deck. I feel like the way the collage art is put together is brilliant. Really, it wasn't just put like that. You can really feel like there's a lot of thought that came with it. Like with the 3 of Wands, it's all about embarking on a journey, and you have dominoes, domino pieces. You know, once you start embarking on your journey, one piece affects the other, and before you know it, you've went far ahead, stepping into a new doorway. You see the wind blowing through this figure's dress and hair, kind of emphasizing the idea of movement happening, force happening. It's brilliant. I can go on and on with this deck. What an amazing deck that truly is connected with the card's meaning and gives you even more to look into and tap into. A brilliant deck by Chris Ann, in my opinion. that is just amazing at helping you channel as you read the cards. Okay, so what personal power are you stepping into? 1, 2, and 3. Let's get into our next deck. Ooh, there we go. This one's slippery and I love it. It's like, I'm slippery and I love it. Okay. It just shuffles beautifully. 1. Ooh, this one is 2. And this one is 3. Okay. Let's pick up our next deck. This one's the same. It's very slippery, very nice. Although I love matte cards, but with the shuffling, the slippery ones are beautiful. Also, this deck and the meanings behind it, I can gush all day. Brilliant. Okay. So, what personal power are you stepping into? I see the 3 cards already. 1, 2, and 3. Now, onto our final deck, which I adore as well. I believe it has the same type of channeling ability. It's depicted beautifully. It gives you ideas. It's just wonderful. It kind of delivers the message beautifully, in my opinion. All right. Ooh, thanks a lot. 1, 2, and... oh, so 3 has 2 cards. All right. So now let's put our piles neatly together. Let's prepare pile 1. There we go. Pile 1 is ready with the Amethyst cluster. There we go. Pile number 2. Is also ready with the Dalmation Jasper. There we go. Oh, there we go. And pile number 3 with the Scorpion. Is also ready. With the white Howlite. There we go. So our 3 piles are ready. Thank you guys for sticking around. I cannot even begin to tell you how much I love spending this time with you. And let's get, it's like a free time that I get with you where I'm not wasting your reading time. Thank you for connecting, and let's get into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. So you have chosen the beautiful Amethyst cluster as well as butterfly. So now let's take a look at your cards and see what personal power are you stepping into, pile number 1. Very excited about this reading. Let's first take a look at your oracle cards. So you have protection with the birch, the hazel, the lily, the lavender. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep it here. It's quite interesting that you got protection. Let's see the rest of your cards. You have Judge. So the light attributes are balancing justice and compassion. Loving that. Managing the fair distribution of power. Brilliant. Oh, amazing. Okay, I'm seeing what this is about. Right? You also have Jupiter in Sagittarius with principle. Okay. Now, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So, you have the Seven of Wands. Okay. You have the Eight of Cups. All right. You have the Page of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Cups. What a Queen of Cups. All right. You have the King of Wands. Yeah, these two together really give a significant meaning here. You have the Five of Swords. And having the Five of Swords right after we notice that, again, is very significant. I'm going to keep it here because I feel like they're coming together. And it's really making me, it's putting the reading together beautifully. And then, last but not least, your card is the Three of Wands going up. Look, pile number one, there is no question that you have been someone who's been working on yourself a lot. It's very evident, just like the Judge card suggests here, that you've been balancing justice or power with compassion. You strike me with the Queen of Emotions and the King of Wands right in conjunction to each other as someone who, by nature, is quite loving, is a fun person at heart, and knows how to enjoy life and enjoy people and enjoy the best things in life. Your heart is quite alive, pile number one. It's full of beauty that you're ready to radiate out into the world. You do see here the beautiful Queen of Cups walking in water, which is the element of emotions. There's a lot of birds signifying how her emotions or their emotions are free. Her as an energy, okay? Her natural tendency is to free her emotions, to express them freely and lovingly and openly. And you do see right under the sea someone who is full of beauty and color, and you kind of feel like there's so much more in her heart than what she says. There's so much fun that she would love to express, yet at this stage of her life, as energy of course, at this stage of their lives, they're learning to become more outwardly serious or appear stronger, appear more serious, yes, is what I want to say. And so we can clearly see and read from your reading that you are someone at the moment who has both energy. Deep in your heart, this is who you are. But you have learned, just as the Eight of Cups clearly suggests here, and the Page of Pentacles taking another road, at some point you have dealt with sneaky people who were very selfish, who would take your beauty as an opportunity to get what they want, rather than understand the grace and the kindness that you choose to give. And so you've had to, you're seeing, so it's like your heart has been ripped. You've understood a lot about life. We can clearly see here that perhaps someone or some people killed this colorful, artistic, expressive, beautiful self here. Something hurt it along the way. Pile number one. Perhaps immature people who had a lot of shadow and healing to do. that instead of honoring this beauty, perhaps were jealous or were critical. Yeah, they dealt from their shadow side. And so you had to hide that part of you, or at least as much as you could. Pile number 1. And it was actually good for you, because we see with the 7 of Wands, the 7 of Wands has to deal with a lot of attacks. But we can see from the 7 of Wands how they are on an elevated land, able to deal with all of this, all of these attacks. So you're quite a strong person at heart. You're very strong, and you were able to persevere through this, and that's why you have protection. You're presented here as the judge, as the high priestess of the protection. We can clearly see your strength flourished and was able to blossom and come out. You were connected to that part of you. Let me show you the original 7 of Wands, pile number 1. There we go. We can clearly see here it's depicted as one person single-handedly being able to handle all of the attacks coming their way, the challenges or the attacks coming their way, because, and you can see them standing on higher ground. So you're capable of doing that. You have that internal power within you that you were able to connect with, and you found your way through the shadowy people that you met. We see here that you've learned along the way to move away from the people who hurt you. You've developed a lot of interesting tactics, and that's the part that I can see. You're now getting into your own personal power. The personal power that you're stepping into is not one or the other anymore, where you're repressing your colorful, expressive, confident self, but feeling attacked when you do, easily attacked, being vulnerable to being attacked as you do, as you used to here, or being your serious self, but feeling like it's bland, it's not who you are. And as strong as you're appearing here, it probably took a lot of that colorful, fun, exciting, charming character that you had, even though you were able to conquer that part. And I feel like it's suppressed here with all the blood. It's suppressed who you are. So you're standing on heels that are hurting you. You know how to present yourself with strength, but that colorful part has been suppressed. And I feel like this colorful part is now your client is now showing itself back up again. Now that your strength has solidified, now that you know how to stand in your own personal power, you are transforming into someone who's capable of having the two aspects in one. Where you see with the butterfly wing, you have the orange, colorful, fiery part of you, and the blue, the airy, cerebral part of you, all in one, giving you freedom to fly and be who you are and be who you are supposed to be. And that's what you're learning to do. I feel like this kind of represents the Pope hat. Again, it signals to the Hierophant. You have principle. We kind of see you really understood with the Sun and Moon how to bring these two beautiful sides to you into one. That was your learning. It was a long journey, discovering who you are, expressing who you are, seeing how that would make you vulnerable, and then another journey of walking away from this emotional part of you and expressing into the unknown, of expressing, being in touch with your strength, being serious, not showing this colorful part of you as it's clearly seen here. And now you are at a crossroad where you're realizing that you're able to stand in your power, but at the same time, you are comfortable enough to bring your personality back, that aspect of you that gives you charm, that gives you extreme likability, that makes you full of life. Now you're able to express it confidently, be who you are unapologetically, and you're not hit now. People are able to experience that part of you with strength. You're not hit anymore. You've bloomed. In fact, you are moving towards it because now you're presenting it with strength. You're not hurt with bad comments. In fact, it doesn't even affect you anymore. And you're able to address and call off bad behavior and set boundaries with anyone who does not respect who you are truly at heart. Pile number 1. I'm very impressed with your character, with your personality, who you've chosen to be. Your journey, obviously, was quite a long one, but it was like a cocoon, just as the butterfly suggests here. A long road of first discovering who you are, having the courage, as you always have, to express it without fear, learning what that does, learning how to bring your power and understand on its own how to use that personal power of yours. Is it too aggressive unnecessarily, or is it powerful but still not to the extent where you're protecting yourself or healing, the most important, healing your shadow as you grow your strength from what could trigger you, what could hurt you, learning to overcome these with time, getting feedback, learning what to do the next time, understanding the most important thing is to stand in your own personal power by internally being powerful, not allowing others' words or attitudes to affect you in any way. See, there's a lot of analysis and learning, a learning curve to your triggers and to your responses and to your behavior, strong behaviors with others. With all the blood here, I feel like there was so much to learn. Pile number 1, I see why this is included in your reading of stepping into personal power. You really have. This was a long learning journey, and you freed yourself now, being able to balance between who you are, that fun, beautiful character, along with your strength. And boy, is that charisma, pile number 1. We can of course see how it was with the balance here. It was at one part of your life, one aspect of you outweighing the other, and then the other part of your life, the other aspect outweighing the other, and we can truly see you being able to balance that out for yourself. Kudos to you, pile number 1. Kudos to you. And you know, I will tell you this: you are very lucky that you have all of this charisma, all of this fun personality, because gaining power and learning to get in touch with our personal power is a journey that everyone goes through. And obviously, from your reading, we can clearly see, especially that this is the 7 of Wands, that you had an advantage from the beginning. You are truly a strong person internally. And so we can clearly see everyone goes through that journey. But to have this colorful, charismatic personality that is fun, now that is not really found in everyone, unfortunately. Everyone has their strength in one thing or the other that they're lucky to have. What you are lucky to have is that colorful, fun, exciting, funny personality. And to bring that with strength, pile number 1, you really have the bingo here for being a charming, charismatic person. And I have a lot of admiration for you, and I have also a lot of respect in your personal power journey. What a reading, pile number 1. All the best of luck with you climbing with your beautiful personality up, claiming your personal power very soon, blossoming and healing from your shadow. Magnificent, like a chef's kiss here in this reading, pile number 1. Oh my God, I'm so excited about your reading. You know what I'm going to do? We have some free space here. I feel like it's inviting us to get advice from Spirit on what you can do to expedite your growth. If there's any advice from Spirit, on your journey, that personal power that you're stepping into. So we're gonna take the cards that I see are sticking out. 1, of course this one, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so what do we have here? We obviously have the Ace of Pentacles, new you, pile number 1. We have the 7 of Wands again. Do you see what I'm talking about? The 7 of Wands here. It's so highlighted who you have become. Pile number 1. The High Priestess, you know, I saw the Amethyst. I saw the High Priestess here dressed in purple with the wings, and I thought, ooh, pile number 1's crown chakra is opening up, and I forgot to mention it. And now the High Priestess is here to remind us with that. You're supposed to get this message. I'm going to deliver it to you. Sorry about that, pile number 1. And you have the beautiful Queen of Cups again. Unbelievable. It's uncanny how you're getting the same messages. All right. So, yes, what we can see here is the High Priestess. We can see your crown chakra opening up, helping you tread through this journey. It's helping this journey become clear and crystallized to you. And so really depend on your intuition. Your intuition will be your main guide in this journey. Let it guide you to what you sense may be right, may be wrong with other people's behaviors. I feel like it's your intelligence and your intuition that has really helped you analyze things properly, has helped you become this person who you are today. It's a lot of it is really thanks to your intelligence and your intuition. You're a great observer, obviously, with very active crown chakra. And so always depend on that. Listen to your feedback. Of course, learn from others. Don't get me wrong, but you have a very active crown chakra. Listen to it. I see the advice with the 7 of Swords telling you to continue to persevere. It's a growing process. I don't think it ever stops. Learning is something that we don't stop. So continue to persevere, because the more you do, the more you try, the more you are freely you, the more you become you, and you fly freely, express yourself unapologetically the way that you are. I see here with the earth and the water, this idea of combining both together. Your personal power, being connected to the materialistic world in terms of understanding what the real world is about, being in touch with the real world. Whether you agree with it or not, you at least understand how it works, and at the same time to start being in touch with who you are, that colorful, beautiful part of yourself, pile number 1. What a beautiful reading. I cannot begin to tell you or to properly gush at how I loved your reading, pile number 1. This is so amazing. I'm so happy for you. I have a lot of respect for you, seeing Spirit's message to you. All the best of luck on your personal power journey, pile number 1. That was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it because it's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 1, it was such an amazing time for me to spend getting to know about you. So impressive. I wish you the best in your journey. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. And so you have chosen the beautiful Dalmation Jasper point, as well as Octopus. I'm kind of getting ideas, but I'm going to wait until we take a look at the rest of your cards. Let's put your main cards here and find out together what personal power excuse me, are you stepping into? So let's take a look at your oracle cards first. Wow. So you have abundance here with cinnamon, cloves, orange peel. Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm going to love your reading, pile number 2. Let's wait and see. Check first what I'm seeing. You also have, whoa, okay, now that's confirmed. You have king here with the light attributes as enlightened, benevolent, leadership, benefiting those in your charge. Love you, pile number 2. All right, let's take a look. What such balanced energy, loving your character. You have Mars in Cancer with quarrel, right? Now, I believe it's time for us to check your tarot cards. So, you have Temperance. You also have the Queen of Cups. You have the Knight of Swords. You have the Seven of Cups. Interesting. Seven of Cups for sure. All right, I see what this is. You have the World. You have the Eight of Cups. And you have the Knight of Wands. Oh, what a reading. I'm not surprised that this is the second time in today's reading that we have the Eight of Cups, showing how someone walked away from an old habit or old behavior to and decided to move into being something better, a much better version of themselves. So in your specific Eight of Cups, pile number 2, we can clearly see here couples, a swan couple, a dragonfly couple, butterfly couple, and so on, signifying the idea of love. I see you have stepped away from the journey of doing only what your heart pleases, what you love, and what you want to achieve. And that's why we have the Knight of Wands on one side, showing what you've went towards and what you've left behind. It seems in the past there was a quarrel between the two sides of you. One side that is passionate, that wants to do what it loves, that wants to do what it feels like doing, like enjoying their time, watching television, or in general going after the things that they love. And an airy side of you that was cerebral and wanted this to stop because you have bigger dreams in your heart that you want to achieve. And so I see you moved away from this quarrel within you, pile number 2, and you've become someone who's instead very passionate about achieving their dreams, very passionate about creating abundance, being the one totally in control of your life. And with the octopus here, I can really see it from the very beginning of your reading. I told you I kind of have an idea, but now looking at the cards, I really can see it. With the octopus, all of these arms signify that you've now become a very hard worker, someone who's very focused on their goals, someone who knows how to achieve their goals, whatever their heart desires, you are after. And this specific Queen of Cups really represents to me beauty, class, pampering yourself, taking care of yourself and your desires and what you want. there's a lot of class and elegance to her movements and to how she decorates herself, and it's just so magical, this specific Queen of Cups. And so I see that you have decided at some point here to become your own personal power with the king here. Get in touch with your own personal power and become the king or the queen of your world. Moving away from the energy of the Seven of Cups, ending the cycle of the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is more dreamy. It has to do sometimes as well with being, what's the word? Being distracted, daydreaming. Yeah, being quickly distracted, daydreaming, having dreams and fantasies, but not really doing much about it. Ending this cycle and instead connecting to what your heart desires and actually moving towards it with the Knight of Swords here. Charging and moving forward with a lot of strength and force. And instead of having this internal quarrel inside of you, you have learned to balance that with temperance. You have learned to befriend both sides. Merge them into one. Use your passion. Use that part of you that wants to have fun into achieving your dreams. Kudos to you, pile number 2. This is amazing. And as you can see here clearly, this has not just put you in charge of your life and of yourself, because you've learned to self-discipline, to have self-discipline. And that's one of the biggest lessons a human being can ever teach themselves. So kudos to you with that, pile number 1. You have, with abundance here, you have cinnamon, and of course you have the ancient Egyptians. And the reason for that is because the cinnamon's fragrance in specific as well has been associated with abundance ever since the ancient Egyptians. Also in medieval times, where they would use cinnamon in their dishes on the kings and the aristocrats' tables to show their wealth and status. And there you have the king. It shows that, pile number 2, with the amount of effort that you are putting in, creating this self-discipline, balancing yourself internally, which is the most important thing, charging with charging with force towards what you want, and cutting out this waste of time, daydreaming, ending the cycle here, and moving with great passion and great force is what's going to make you in command of your life, in command of the kingdom that you create. And it's written out clearly in your reading. You're obviously creating a lot of abundance in whatever form that is important to you in your life. Pile number 2. So impressive with the eye, the Horus eye here. I'm going to give it a different translation that I've channeled now. I feel like Spirit is saying, I see you, I see your intention, I see you working towards things. It's not gone unnoticed. Good for you. I see that your spirit guides are really proud of you. I see that you are proud of yourself. And with the Knight of Wands, it doesn't stop. It keeps moving towards its goals. So pile number 2, continue to do what you're doing today, day after day. You have a lot of movement. You're going to reach exactly what you want, and with the world you will achieve your dreams. They will come true. Pile number 2. In fact, I love this specific world card because you kind of see that the abundance, as we saw here, is so heavy on this character. It's like, oh my god, I have so much, I don't know what to do with it. Isn't that sweet? So there's a lot of abundance coming your way, and I see that, look, cutting out your distractions, cutting out what your heart wants you to do is not easy. It really isn't. Otherwise, everyone would have been able to overcome it and do it. But I do see that you've made a strong, stern decision, and you've decided to walk away from that area of, oh, I'm going to be doing everything that I love, which there's nothing wrong with that, but to be discerning, balance it out. First, do what needs to get done first. First, respecting the abundance or the dreams that you want to create. Do that first, and then take care of what you love and enjoy your time as you move along, pile number 2. I'm so proud of you. All the best of luck to you. And if you know, as you are in this journey towards your personal power, if you want a book, I'll speak to you about it at the end. I'm not going to waste your reading time. I do sell a book that really helps you get in touch with that power, helps you become the productive person that you're supposed to be while enjoying it. I'll talk to you about it in the end, but continue to do that, pile number 2. Please don't stop. In no time, you're going to be someone who's super self-disciplined, very productive, someone who, with all these arms, capable of attaining what they want in their lives, the king or the queens of their own life, ending this cycle and beginning a new one, a new era of you being self-disciplined, creating what you want in your life. Your reading is so interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out a couple of cards. We'll see what comes out. Well, actually, we do see them, 2 and 3. Thank you so much. We'll take a look at what advice you have from Spirit on your journey that you are stepping into now. You have, pile number 2, the Page of Wands. See the Page of Wands going on a journey here. Very interesting. Just like the Fool. It's like a lot of you are actually beginning it, right? Doesn't that look like the Fool card? The Fool character, right? All right, so you have the Page of Wands. Also, pages are a new era. It's a beginning of something. That's what the pages mean as well. You have the 3 of Cups. Wow, love that for you. Pile number 2. You have... Let's push them here. Since it's a new age, let's take a look at that. You have the 10 of Swords. Yeah, I love this 10 of Swords. It's the end of you feeling beaten down, not being able to do it with all your swords in the back, feeling like, oh, am I going to get up and do this? It's the end of this age where even though you're tired, you're stretching your arms, picking your witch broom and flying up high. Pile number 2. Unbelievable. Loving the cards that you're getting. You have, again, the Knight of Wands. Wow. This is the second time. Again, do you see? Oh my God. Watch this. Watch this, pile number 2. So you have a person who's beginning their journey, celebrating that they've started. It's not easy, but they're reaching out their hands to persevere the next day and the day after. I mean, it's really cool to start, but it's all about continuing, right? It's the consistency. I see the energy of, yes, starting, celebrating starting, but also when you feel down and you're not able to do it, you persevere, you take that one step to beginning, and that will push you up. I love your advice from Spirit. It's amazing. Let's check your last card here. Okay, so they're meant to stay there. We're going to put your last card down there. What do you have? Wow! You have the 10 of Cups. It's a totally different energy. That's why it's meant to stay there on its own, being framed and highlighted. That once you begin, celebrate that you have begun, which obviously if you've already done that or you're about to step into that power. And persevering, even though you really don't feel like it, it's not easy because your heart wants to do other things. To persevere, reach out, pick up your magical broom, pile number 2, and to fly up high, doing what you're supposed to do for your dreams. I see Spirit telling you here that you will create abundance and happiness. You'll be, first of all, satisfied with this new birth, the new you, proud of yourself, and you'll be happy with all the abundance that you are going to create. Such a magical reading. Believe me, I would love to continue. You're so inspirational. Pile number 2. I clap with my heart with that beginning you have done or about to do. Managed to conquer yourself. What a character. I'm so proud of you, pile number 2. And thank you for giving me the space to gush. I just had to. So pile number 2, that was your reading. So proud of you. Hope you are proud of yourself, as you should. And that's the personal power that you are stepping into. And if you've enjoyed this reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. As I told you in your reading, you really might be interested in it during your journey. Guys, this book is small, straight to the point. You won't be procrastinate on reading it. It won't waste your time. As I can see, you're working here. I do not want to waste your valuable time. It's really small, easy to read, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. I promise you, I fulfill these promises in the book. And if you're interested, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. Pile number 2, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. All the best of luck. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. So you have chosen the white Howlite as well as Scorpion. So now let's take a look at your cards. We'll be starting with your oracle cards first, and then we'll be taking a look at your tarot cards and see exactly what personal power are you stepping into, pile number 3. Okay, so you have success. Wow. You have the Alder with success. Amazing. I love this. Okay. What are you up to, pile number 3? Wow. You have Priest with the light attributes, facilitates spiritual commitments, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. Quite interesting. Yeah. I mean, Scorpion kind of course, reminds me of Scorpio, which is a very spiritual sign. You have Mars in Sagittarius with domination. Quite interesting. All right. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards now. This wants to come out. Let's see. You have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. You have the Two of Cups. All right. You also have the Four of Wands. Wow, you have 2 of these cards. Okay. Yeah, I think this happened during shuffling. I remember that. You have the Moon. You also have, wow, the Nine of Cups. This looks like a deep reading. Okay, you have the Queen of Swords. You have the Five of Pentacles. And you have the Three of Cups. Ooh, okay. Wow, this I think this is going to be a very powerful reading, pile number 3. Such big personal power here. Pile number 3. That is going to be a very strong reading. I see you have overcome something so strong within you. You've dominated something within yourself that is very hard to dominate, and it's very hard for others to do, pile number 3. Seeing that you have the Scorpion that in general tends to isolate towards itself, is a creature that's, is all about isolation. Keeps to a few friends and loved ones, but in general tends to be on its own. And so what I'm seeing here with the reading, the Three of Cups, and then next to the Five of Pentacles, your whole reading, which we will get to bit by bit, I'm seeing you stepping into your personal power, where you are learning to be happy on your own. That's not easy. And that does not mean at all that you will be isolating yourself. But we're seeing here the idea of you rewiring your mind with the Queen of Swords and being disciplined with how you think about people and yourself. We're going from the mentality of Five of Pentacles, of feeling like you're alone, that you don't have many people or you don't have much, to celebrating being around people, because now, yes, you'll have a few loved ones that you're close to, but now you have changed internally at an integral level of feeling like on your own you are doing okay. Yes, when you miss people, you are around them, but I see you've overcome your shadow, where it doesn't ache you to be alone. Yes, it could bother you, but it's not aching you. You don't need them. You want them at this point. Pile number 3. And this is not an easy journey to embark on. And that's why I'm so impressed with that. It's not easy. You have dominated yourself, your needs, of making sure that you spend time with people in a healthy way. There's a lot of celebration with the Four of Wands and the Three of Cups. We see that you now enjoy your time with people to the fullest. You don't have needs, you have wants. You are okay with it. If they are there, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. If they're not, you are absolutely okay. And what a great thing to reach pile number 3. This took a lot of internal level that is quite masterful, and that's why you have the priest here. You have the High Priestess in your reading, and you have the priest, and in fact you have the Elder in your reading. That's why there's a lot of success, and the hawk here is a spirit animal that represents success, victory. So your deck fell, your pen fell, everything fell. Hold on, let me see what this is about. Yeah, the pen fell, the deck for more clarification fell. So we can really see what this idea is with all this falling, is that you have released a lot of things, a lot of ideas, a lot of shadowy emotions that you have decided to look closer at with the Queen of Wands. You weren't afraid to tell yourself why you've been having these feelings. You haven't been afraid to look within yourself, which needs a lot of courage, to be honest with yourself, staringly right into the eyes, honest with yourself, to think, why do I feel like that? What shadow there do I need to heal? Such a masterful level. How can I deal with that? How can I heal that and deal with it in a healthy way? And I've seen you working on this over and over. You're stepping into that personal power. So this means you've either started working on it, you've reached the end, or you're about to embark on this personal power of really finally dealing with the emotions that have been causing wounds for a long time, dealing from a place of wounds. Not acting from a place of wounds, but acting from a place of power, from being cerebral, from knowing exactly what you want to do and what you don't want to do. Healing yourself unconsciously with the moon. But you see a lot of singing coming. You're not doing it with force. Yes, it's a lot of power, a lot of self-discipline, no question about it. But you're very soft with yourself at the same time. You're taking the time to be honest with yourself, be gentle as you realize what's wrong with this shadow part of yourself, what it's trying to tell you, what message is it delivering to you about a certain wound or certain wounds that need to heal. And I see you taking your time to gently deal with it, to get in touch with it, not be afraid to get in touch with it, even though sometimes it could hurt. But I see you tapping into it, pile number 3, just like the way masters do it. Opening up your eyes to it, gaining awareness, and dealing with it, even though it could sting, little by little. How do I deal with that? How do I heal that? I see you thinking about it from a pragmatic perspective and befriending it rather than pushing it away. Pile number 3. What genius work is that? Including your shadow as part of your circle, seeing it, accepting it, and learning how to deal with it and to heal it and to see the power within it. And from there, you've done some magnificent work. Your reading is so interesting. I'm actually going to pick out some cards and see how you do it. I'm so curious. I'm so happy that we have your energy here so we can learn from you and help others that are watching this pile to learn as well from your efforts, and to see if you're on your journey, what can you learn to step into that type of personal power. Pile number 3. So interesting, so masterful, so powerful. And really, you should be, really, like the cards say, you should really be celebrating yourself. Where now you're connecting with people at a deeper level, but this time you're having a lot of fun with them from a healed place. So can we kindly get more information on how pile number 3 did that or is about to do that, please? So interesting. So how did pile number 3 do that, or how are they about to do that, please? And can we give them any advice? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So pile number 3, you have the 7 of Pentacles. It's surely a consistent work. It's not something that is done in one day. We should not expect that the fruits will come out in one day. It's a work in progress, and one should accept that there's a lot of trial and error until one figures out how it's done. To do the things in the beginning in a way that is reachable for you. Don't put big goals that you can't achieve right away. Do it little by little is the advice here. Take steps. Where perhaps here it's saying to depend, because the cat here is independent. Try to depend on your own on some things that you can on your own until you realize that you're fully capable of being on your own and depending on yourself. You have, to put in the effort so that you get the fruits, little by little. In the beginning on a level that you can do and reach, and then grow with that. Wow, you have the Lover's card. So with the Lover's card, I'm really seeing the idea of choosing to do things that you love. Choosing to not disconnect from love or disconnect from being in touch with people. That's not the idea. Make sure that you always do, because that's human nature. Connect with other people that you love connecting with. Connect with maybe new people as well. But at the same time, choose to do things that you love to do on your own as well. To have that balance. To get in touch as well with yourself. To see the things that you would enjoy doing on yourself. That being on your own is not scary. That there is some alone time, sometimes going for a very long time, that you can enjoy by yourself. Pile number 3. It's the sort of activities to look out for that you can enjoy on yourself, and to sit with it just like in front of a fire, to feel the warmth and the enjoyment of that, and not to be, not to be triggered by your instant emotions that are wired to tell you to do otherwise, to just sit with it and enjoy your time. Knowing that this time is not going to be forever, that it's healthy to connect to others, but to sit with it and to learn to do it little by little on your own. That's amazing. Pile number 3, okay? I see a lot of talking to yourself. Wow, so you have the Wheel of Fortune here. Do you see with the Wheel of Fortune here, you have a lot of things going on. You have a home, finances, health, commitment, studying, which is really showing me that this part of you will change as well into the healthier part, into the light. When you focus on you, it's time for you to focus on you. There's so much that you can do to learn, to focus on your health, to focus on your home, your love life. There's so much that you can do, and to start focusing on that. Sometimes things take a little bit of a pinch to begin. You might not feel like it, but once you start it, you will find that it's easy to continue. Again, knowing that when it's time to connect with yourself, that's where you commit to it, and knowing that at the end you will be connecting with others. So it's not being deprived of connecting with others, but connecting with yourself is equally important. Pile number 3. We see here, you have the Knight of Wands, being disciplined, being very stubborn about the decisions that you make, especially with the Queen of Swords. So once you take a certain special decision, you figure out what is right for you, what is doable for you. I see with the Knight of Swords being stubborn about it, committing to it, because the more you do it, the more you create new neural pathways that help you feel and think and create new habits that are different than previously, leading you to the healthier habits that you want to create. Things that will help you balance out your shadows, better choices to make, all while knowing that it's all balance of spending time with yourself and spending time with others, being dependent on yourself but connecting with others at the same time, leading to this 9 of Cups energy, feeling absolutely fulfilled, satisfied emotionally. And you have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands, especially in this deck, is kind of, I said it in another reading today, in one of the 3 piles, it kind of looks like the Fool, doesn't it? So, and the Page is all about starting a new journey. And so I see a new journey with yourself, not being afraid to start doing things differently, to take a journey on your own. You know, the vagabond, the vagabond. It's a time of your life where you'll be exploring things on your own, going out just like the vagabond, exploring different things. Who knows, pile number 3, what you are going to find once you start this journey on your own, exploring different things. You'll find things in yourself that you haven't connected with before. You'll find activities that you love. You'll find different things on your own to do that you will be absolutely connected to and enjoy. It will be a learning journey for you that will create this high priest, powerful energy that we see here of being masterful on how to have both and victorious on how to have both, connecting with others in a healthy way, but most importantly, knowing how to connect with you. And that's the most important relationship that you will ever have in your life. Pile number 3, your reading is super impressive. There's so much to learn from your power for all of us, really. Thank you for sharing your energies with us today and helping us learn along with you. That was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell so that you don't miss any videos that I upload. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book. You might be interested in it because it's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And pile number 3, it was such a pleasure connecting with you. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.